welcome back to the channel. So glad to be with you after the very chilly weekend, but I'm back at it and feeling better than ever today. Hope you're having a great day, a blessed day, and getting 1% better than yesterday. And today's topics that we can get 1% better on are dealing with checking out stuff in the thrift store, dealing with fear, finding strength in the Bible, 13 signs that you've matured as a person, and 5 money rules. Before I get into that, I did make $221 last week in the gig economy with Spark, Walmart delivery, and Instacart shopping. I made $54 today. I did not do any shopping over the weekend because it was just below zero and windy, and no thank you. I don't need that to survive at this point, which is great. So I just chilled, but you probably could have made a lot of money. There will be sign-up codes in the description if you ever get the urge to side hustle. I would highly recommend it. Before I get into the other topics of today, I have talked about finding artifacts from Auburn, New York, where I am from, and I was just browsing eBay and I came across this, and it's a newsletter from 1950 from the Colombian Rope Company, which burnt down a long time ago. And there's a bunch of pages in there. They could have taken any pictures to show the page color and quality of the book. They could have just shown the front and back cover, because who really cares what's in the 1950 newsletter from a Colombian rope company that burned down many years ago. But this was one of the pictures that they show in the eBay listing. I was looking at it. Nancy Lee Birch. That's my grandma. My grandma on my mom's side. I couldn't believe it. That's her senior photo in high school, and they did a little profile on her because her aunt Edna worked at the Colombian Rope Company, so they just profiled their employee of like 10 to 14 years, Edna's niece. So how odd is that I was on eBay looking and I saw this picture of my grandma. I don't think my grandma knew her mom very much, at least early in life. I think they might have connected later on in life. I don't know if she really ever knew who her father was. But that being said, I got this. It wasn't very expensive as part of my family's history. And we have one of those electronic photo frames in our living room that, constantly shows pictures that you upload from the iCloud from your iPhone. And, it shows a lot of pictures of the girls and whatever vacations that we took. And once in a while, some pictures of the grandparents. And I happened to look over at it at that time, and there was a picture of my grandma right there, like the second that I saw it on eBay, and I was just like, what are the freaking odds of that? So I thought that was really cool, and I'm happy to have that in my family's possession now. Pretty cool that I found that. Speaking of finding things, I did peek into the thrift store today. Nothing major. I did find this Christmas with the Chipmunks LP. Good condition. Vintage. I am actually going to hold on to this until probably November 1st, just like I did last year with all my Christmas albums that all sold, and there's no sense of selling it now, right? So I'm going to hold that in my little Christmas pile upstairs. And then it's about the third or fourth copy I've ever found of this, Brer Rabbit. It's a pretty rare Disney album. It's got Zippity Doodah on there. It's it does have, unfortunately, racial undertones on it, so it's been banned, and I think Splash Mountain, which I've never been on, has been banned, but because of all that controversy, it's worth money, so what the heck. So, I don't know, probably $20 there. I spent $2, so I'll just keep doing that over and over. It's better than buying. Money coming in is better than money going out, so I'm pretty happy with that. But let's get into today's topics. First, the Sunday Scaries, and then kind of finding strength to start the week off with the Bible. I was laying on the couch last night, and Sunday's my favorite day. It's my rest day. I actively rest. It's a family day. I list a lot of records for sale, and we do some indoor side hustling stuff or go do things. And I'm laying on the couch, and it's probably 8:30, and I see the day is gone. I can never get in all that I want to get in, but I've done a lot. And I just felt the Sunday Scaries, like, oh my gosh, back at it tomorrow. And then I sat there for a second. I focused on the present. I realized that I was actually looking forward to tomorrow, which is today, which is right now, and that I had nothing to fear because I was free from fear, and I'm trying to live free. And that's one of the things you got to break free from is fear and unnecessary fear. And today was a great day. There was no reason to be afraid of it. Yesterday was a great day too. Be grateful for it, right? Time flies when you're having fun. Today's flying because I'm having fun. Was very active this morning. Did my side hustles, thrift store, cleaned up the house. I'm just trying to do the best I can do, and I'll probably relax a little bit before the kids come home and then spend time in the evening with the family. So there's nothing to be afraid of. And a couple Bible verses that I wanted to focus on and revisit that jumped out at me about dealing with fear and how we can be brave and break free from fear with just the strength and with the hand of God. This is Joshua 1:9. Have I not commanded you? Be strong, be courageous, do not be afraid, do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you are. So, be strong, be courageous, have faith. And then Matthew 6:33-34 says, each day has enough trouble on its own. So basically, don't worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow can worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble on its own. Nothing that I would have thought about or worried about or been anxious about or anything that would have distracted me from the present moment, which is all that we have last night on the couch, where I wanted to be all week working, is to have a great day and then be on the couch, not waiting tables at 7:45 or 8:45 in the evening, but stretched out, watching a good show. Kid's supposed to be asleep, but coming downstairs, giving us hugs. Chilling with my wife. We had a good dinner. Nothing to be afraid of, right? But yet I'm anxious for tomorrow. But no, we can break free from that by not worrying and using that energy to seek peace, to seek freedom, and to seek the kingdom of God. And the second topic of today are going to be 13 signs that you've matured as a person. And I think I was a late bloomer in life, and a lot of these I did not catch. 18, when you become a man. 21, when you can drink. Mid-20s, not yet. It took me a while to figure a lot of this stuff out. But we each are on our own path at our own pace. We all bloom at different times. Better late than never. The first sign that you've matured as a person, as you understand your duty is to protect your family. And that was something that hit me, especially once my kids were born. That was a family to me. I didn't recognize it. Maybe I wasn't the best boyfriend or even husband at the time. I was more interested in selfishly doing what I wanted to do, not being a unit perhaps as much, still going out, staying up late, sleeping late, not being as active during the day. I don't know if I was emotionally ready. I wasn't mature enough to understand my duty is to protect my family, to be with them, to make sure they're happy and safe and warm and fed and comfortable and loved. And if I had never matured, perhaps I would not be interested in those things and, be out at the bar or doing whatever else in life. But understand you got to protect your family. Number 2, take responsibility for your own actions. You can't blame it on anybody else. You have to take responsibility. You did this because someone did that. No, it's on you. Take responsibility for your own actions. Don't blame everybody else. Don't blame the world. Don't blame society. Don't blame your partner, your boss, your coworker, your friends, or the lack thereof. You are responsible for your own actions. It's a sign of maturity. Number 3, you're comfortable with yourself and your life. I'm pretty comfortable with myself and my life. It's good. It's human nature to want more, right? But there's nothing I would really change. I'm comfortable with it. I'm happy. I'm proud of what I've done. And, a lot of people don't have to know that for me to be happy. It's just my family's happy. We're healthy. We're somewhat secure. and I enjoy the day, and I try to stay present. So I'm comfortable with all that. Number 4, that you can handle conversations without getting angry or defensive, whether that be with my wife, coworkers, boss, friends, family. No, I can handle it. I'm mature enough to not get defensive and feel like I'm being attacked. Number 5, that you have a clear sense of purpose and direction in your life. And, what is yours? I had no purpose other than to live for the weekend for so long. I would wake up and my days would be empty. The highlight of my day would be cleaning the house in the morning, and that could only take so long. And then putting on a sports show, and just kind of veg until work, which I probably dreaded at the time. Or anyways, it was just a waste. I was just either going to go out after it, or I went out before it and was hungover waiting to hopefully recover in time for work. But now I have a clear sense of purpose, a clear sense of direction, to protect my family, to be the best version of myself that I can be, to break free from anything that's holding me back, and to get 1% better every day, and to not waste time, and to enjoy the present. And life really changes when you're mature enough to find a purpose and a direction. Number 6, that you are able to make decisions based on what's best for you and not what's best for others. Maybe not being hungover in the morning is something that's best for you, so you got to say no to going out at night. Maybe you don't have time to list things for sale that so-and-so wants you to list when they could just download a free app and do it themselves. But yet that was a conversation that I had to have with one of my friends who was really struggling, and who probably hasn't hit one of these 15 things, I hate to say. And he wanted me to list something for him on Facebook Marketplace, and it's always not always, but the majority, especially lately, is a one-way road here. I need this, I need that, I need a ride to get my car because I left it at the bar. No, figure your stuff out. Relationships in ruins. Wife won't help him who has Facebook. And I'm like, no, I don't have time to do that for you. I will help you set up this free app and, show you how to do it, because you probably have a lot. I didn't want to hear that, and I come to find out he's at the bar at like 2 p.m. texting me. I'm like, dude, you could be home right now if I would have known, doing this. But you want me to sell something for you while you're at the bar. It's just, what a nightmare. And if I would have said yes, that would have not been the best thing for me. It would have been the best for somebody else. Number 7, that you're comfortable being alone and don't need validation from others. No, I'm very comfortable with that. I think I don't need validation on social media. I stopped posting personal pictures of myself, of my trips, of what I'm having for dinner, of my kids, for validation. I don't need any of that. I don't need any validation from others to know that I'm comfortable with my life, that I'm comfortable with what I wear and how I feel and how I act and where I work, who I associate with, and what I want to do and what I don't want to do. Number 8, that you have a strong work ethic and that you take pride in your accomplishments. And I would say my work ethic is pretty hard. I grind it out on my days off. I work every morning before my main job. Perhaps I'm a go-getter. I never used to be, but I've been for a while now, ever since I started this freedom journey and found my purpose and direction. Number 9, that you can admit when you're wrong without embarrassment or shame. I've been wrong a lot of times, and I'm now comfortable enough to admit that. Perhaps I wasn't always, but I'm very teachable. I can learn from mistakes. Being wrong is okay. It's not a big deal. You're not always right, and neither am I. Number 10, that you have a healthy balance between work, play, and rest. I think I got a pretty good balance. Sometimes I feel like I need to play a little bit more, whether that's, meeting with friends out and about, socially, inviting people over, nurturing those relationships a little more. I try to turn my rest into play, and I try to turn my work into play. And then my play is just all play. I guess if you can do that, you got a pretty good day going. But I'm fairly comfortable with my work, play, rest ratio. Number 11 is that you practice self-care by taking care of yourself physically, emotionally, spiritually, and mentally. And I vowed to never be sad or not enjoy life again for no reason. And I think I've gone pretty hard on that. But physically, I need to step it up. I need to go with the same sense of determination and passion as I did with debt. Eliminating debt, I need to eliminate days where I don't work out, and I need to eliminate sugar and junk from my diet for sure. Trying to find that balance of physically, emotionally, spiritually, and mentally is a sign of maturity, and I need to mature and stop eating junk food, I guess. So this is not JB is free, this is JB breaks free, and I'm trying. And I do want to document what I eat daily through video or photos, not to put on Facebook so my cousins can see it, but as accountability through this channel as we rise together, as we're on a different path than it would just be on a personal social media page. Number 12 is that you understand the importance of communication in relationships. Whether that's with your spouse, to not let things fester and brew, or to let too much time pass, or to go to bed angry. Whether that's with your boss, because you are what you tolerate. And it took me a long time to communicate that with my boss, who even said I wish I would have talked to him sooner. With your coworkers, if they're upset about this or upset about that, to squash it. With your friends, with your neighbors. And the importance of communication on here is the best part is the comments. I get so much from them. And as I see new takes and more inspiration and motivation and what everyone else is going through. So communication in relationships is very important and a huge sign of maturity. And lastly, sign of maturity, number 13, is that you know how to manage stress in a healthy way. And I don't think that was always the case for me. I can remember getting the Sunday Scaries and laying on the couch and watching shows, half-hour shows, and being like, 9 o'clock, okay, I can watch 4 more, 5 more if I stay up to 11:30 and just veg it hard so I don't have to focus on the fact that my weekend is over, which I live for, which I work for, and which I dream about. And when that's over, I'm done again. I can't enjoy life. I can't be free. And how am I going to deal with it during the week? And that is going to be to drink and to not have the clarity or sobriety in my life, and to buy things that I don't need and to eat things that I don't need. Manage stress in healthy ways. Exercise, hustle, read, grow, create, organize, just better yourself, meditate, be present, and focus on stress in healthy ways. That's really going to separate the free from the unfree. And then 5 money rules that will help you break free in your life. The first is to rethink one-time purposes, to be mindful of your purposes, to not enjoy some of your money, because you got to spend a little bit. I did see there's this one sign from the Colombian rope company I'm debating about buying. Part of my family history. My grandma was there. It's like $100 on eBay. I'm considering it. There's this huge, big frame picture of all these Cuga Savings Bank presidents from like the 1800s from Auburn. This guy has it listed at $500 on Facebook Marketplace, and I offered him $100, and he said no. And he probably looked at my profile and saw that I was a reseller. Not that I necessarily would want to resell something like that, but of course it would be in the back of my mind. But you can enjoy the fruits of your labor, but ask yourself these 3 things. Is this something that I really need? No. Do you see yourself using it often in the future? No. And is there less expensive alternatives out there? Probably. So go through those three things. At least, wait a month, see where you're at. Rethink one-time purchases. Number 2, budgeting gives you more freedom. Freedom from overspending. If you budget this, then that's where your money goes to. It saves you from overspending. It gives you freedom. Number 3, don't let social media influence your spending. Well, I saw that on Facebook Marketplace. Well, I was browsing eBay yesterday with my kids, teaching them how to look up items. And then we're looking at stuffed animals and the most expensive stuffed animals. And I'm trying to learn some stuff too. What to look for. Money's everywhere if you know what to look for, which I was trying to tell my wife, but social media can influence your spending. And how can you do that? Well, lavish vacations, expensive cars, seeing everyone's best day. Just be mindful of that and limit your tech usage. Number 4, know where money comes in and know where it comes out. I track every day what I make from the restaurant. I track every day what I make from reselling, from side hustles, from receipt apps, everything. I eventually thought, why not treat this like my own little business, right? I know darn well that my boss knows where his money's going and where his money's coming in, so why can't I do the same? I'm the CEO of my own company, and so are you. And finally, start saving as early as you can and don't expect to get rich overnight. Get rich slowly, as they say. Invest, do your research, save. Invest in assets, not liabilities. Save your money. Let it pile up. Enjoy freedom over a busy life. Enjoy freedom over the newest gadgets. And give yourself time. Teach the younger people in your life these stories to save and invest early and where. Maybe that we didn't know as early on. And if you're watching this early, God bless, you're ahead of us. You're ahead of the game, and I'm going to teach my kids the same. So I hope you had a great day. I hope you got this video. Let me know how you are doing, and I will talk to you on the next video.